In AWS, to access Linux instances, you need the key file instead of password. AWS allows you to download the key file only once. If you lose the key file, you will not be able to connect to the instance. In this video, I am going to explain how you can restore access to your instance even if you don't have the key file. First of all, you need to create a new instance in the same availability zone as the original instance where you lost the key file. Here I am creating a new instance. The name of instance as key recovery. Then configure security group. I'm just opening port 22 SSH access to the instance so that I can connect to this instance and manage it. Click on review and launch, and the key file prod web key is the key file I lost, so I'm going to create a new key file with the name key recovery key. And downloading this new key pair, the recovery key pair, and now I'm going to launch this instance. This is the recovery instance. So I have now two instances. Prod web, that is the instance which I lost the key file, and the key recovery is the instance which I am using as the recovery instance to recover the lost key file of production web server. I'm trying to SSH to the recovery instance using the recovery key. Okay, I am able to access the recovery instance now. So the process is to detach the EBS volume, the root volume of the instance where you lost the key file, and attach it to the recovery instance. For that, we need to stop the instance. So I'm going to stop the instance, the production web server instance now. So once this instance is stopped, I am going to the EBS volume, the root EBS volume of this instance, and I'm going to detach the EBS volume from this instance. Okay, yes, detach, and once it is detached, I'm going to attach this volume as a secondary volume to the recovery instance. Click action and attach volume, and here I select the recovery instance, and I choose /dev/sdf as the device. That will be the secondary device, secondary volume of that recovery instance. Okay, once attached, just verify the volume is attached to the recovery instance now. Yes, it is attached as a secondary volume. Now you can see that /dev/sdf. Now I am going to connect to this instance through SSH with the recovery key. and sudo -i to become the root. Okay, I'm going to create a mount point. I'm going to mount the secondary volume. To list the attached devices, I use the command lsblk, and I'm creating a mount point directory, that is /mnt/recovery. Alright, now mount the secondary volume to /mnt/recovery, lsblk once again, and mount /dev/xvdf1, that's the device name, /mnt/recovery. Alright, the device is now mounted. Alright, now the next process is to append the authorized key files .ssh authorized key file. So I'm going to append the authorized key files with the value from this recovery instance. So basically I'm updating the production web server authorized key file with the key value of the recovery instance. Alright, it has been appended. The key file entry has been made there. Now unmount the secondary EBS volume now. Alright, the volume has been unmounted. And stop this instance. Okay, now I'm going to stop this recovery instance. Okay, the instance is now stopped. Now I will detach the secondary volume from the recovery instance. Click on the block device /dev/sdf, click on action and detach volume. Once the volume is detached, attach the volume back to the production web server as the root volume. Select prod web server. Okay, and the device name should be /dev/xvda. Click on attach. Alright, the volume has been attached. Now you can start the original instance, the production web server instance. Select that instance, action, instance state, start. Okay, yes, start. Alright, the instance is getting started. Yeah, the instance is now switched on, powered on and started. Now you will be able to SSH access this instance using the recovery key. SSH-i recovery key .pem EC2 user, that's the username, and the IP address, public IP address of the production web server instance. There you go. You are now able to access the instance with the recovery key.